We are going to start flipping our classroom with lesson 1.1, solving simple equations. Our lesson objectives for this lesson are to be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide positive and negative rational numbers as integers, fractions, and terminating decimals. We're going to use a variety of procedures to solve them, including using ratios. So let's get started. First problem, x minus 7 equals negative 6. I'm going to start by putting a line down through my equal sign. Basically, that's going to help me remember to whatever I do on the left-hand side of the equation, I have to do on the right-hand side. In order to get the variable by itself, I have to undo everything else that they're doing. So to get x by itself, they're subtracting 7. I am going to add 7. And if I do it on the left, I have to do it on the right. A negative 7 or minus 7 plus 7 cancels out, leaving me with just my variable by itself. A negative 6 plus 7 gives me a positive 1. Next problem, we're going to be dealing with decimals. Again, I am going to draw my line so that I know to do it on both sides. Y plus 3 4/10 equals 5/10. They're adding 3 4/10, so I'm going to do the opposite and subtract 3 4/10. And of course, I do it on both sides of the equation. The 3 4/10, both of them cancel out, leaving me with my y. 5/10 minus 3 4/10 gives me a negative 2 9/10. If you want to check your work, you can take your solution to your answer and plug it back in to where your variable is. And if I did that off to the side, negative 2 9/10 plus 3 4/10. 3 4/10 is bigger, and it is bigger by 5/10. So it's a positive 5/10, which is what the answer was up there. Checking your work is a good way to make sure that you are doing your answer correctly. Here we have pi times x equals 3 pi. I'm going to draw our line down the middle. Remembering that pi is not a variable, it is a number. So to get x by itself, they're multiplying by pi, so we're going to divide by pi. If we do it on the left, we need to do it on the right. The pi's cancel out on this side, and they cancel out on this side. So what we have left is x equals 3. Not a negative 3, positive 3. X equals 3. Let's do one more together. This one has division. Again, I'm going to draw my line so that I know I'm doing it on both sides. Y divided by 4 equals a negative 7. They're dividing by 4, so I'm going to do the opposite, and I'm going to multiply by 4 on both sides. The divide by 4 and multiply by 4 cancel out, leaving me with y. Negative 7 times 4 gives me a negative 28. Please pause the video and try these on your own. Show your work. When you have finished both of them, feel free to resume the video and we'll work on them together. Okay, let's go through them. I'm going to draw my line. G minus 1 7/10 equals a negative 9/10. They have subtracted 1 7/10, so I'm going to add 1 7/10 to both sides. On this side, they cancel out, leaving me with just my variable, g. Negative 9/10 plus 1 7/10. My positive number is bigger, so I know it's going to be bigger. How much bigger is that? It is 8/10 larger. Coming down to this one, I'm going to move it up a little bit so we can see it. Draw my line through. They're multiplying w by 9/100, so I am going to divide by 9/100 on both sides. So I'm basically doing, and I'm going to show my work over here, 1 8/10 divided by 9/100. If you remember, you can either use your calculator, move it over twice, and move it over twice, add my 0. 9 goes into 18 twice, goes into 0 0 times. W equals 20. These would have canceled out. Here are the problems that are going to be on your quiz on the rest of the lesson for Schoology. Take out a piece of paper, do them, put your answers into Schoology. Make sure you bring your work to class tomorrow. Good luck. Have a great evening.